Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. I'm Deanna. I am working on a pattern today that is a little bit tough because it's super complicated. There's lots of lines. And while it's not a complicated pattern, it's some spiders in a web. I'm replicating a pattern I did years ago that I gave away. It's not a complicated pattern by nature. It's just three spiders on a web, but the lines intersect. And for that reason, it becomes very complicated. Let me show you what I mean, because I do have a solution for being able to see what lines are which when I start the hooking. I'll show you what I mean. So you see, this is not like the world's most complicated pattern, but you see how it becomes fiddly. It's only three spiders on a web, but you see how crazy the lines can be, right? I mean, it's a pig's breakfast right in here with all of these insect legs. So knowing that, and knowing in my mind that these spiders will be dark and the rest of it will be hit or miss, and the web will not be outlined in black, right? Because then I add to the confusion, the color confusion. So the web I'll probably outline in like royal blue or something brighter, you know. So the thing is, while I'm in the transfer process, which I am right now, I need to make it as easy as possible for me so I don't screw it up while I'm hooking it. Because what are the chances I will screw it up while I'm hooking it?
1000%.
Like, seriously. So I have to be careful to give myself some good cues. So what I'm doing is I traced with the fiber tape, I traced my spiders in black, right? So I know what I'm doing there. And in the background, I'm doing my lines in, I'm going to take you here with me. I'm doing my lines in orange. And, you know, I'm not a big one for tracing in really bright colors like anything other than black. I'm not a big fan, just in terms of the permanency of it and it wiping off. But in this case, it kind of has to be done. I'm using orange because it's not a really obtrusive color. It doesn't, I know from using it, it doesn't transfer the same way that, for example, fuchsia would, or bright red, or bright blue or green. The green is actually okay, but the really dark colors, you know, they not only smudge on your hand while you're using them, but they can smudge on your yarn and stuff while you're hooking it. So in this case, I'm using orange, and you can see that when I sit down to hook it, it is not going to be such a big deal. I will first hook the spiders, then I'll hook all of these lines, and if I can sneak in some extra lines like here, let me see if I'm still on camera. If I can sneak in some extras like that, I will. And if I can't, I can't. I'll have to see how it all plays out with the hit or miss background. But the best gift I can give myself at this early stage is a real distinction of lines, right? If I can break down the lines in different colors, I will have the best chance of hooking this without a lot of grief and aggravation. And I'm setting myself up for success by doing this. So be thoughtful while you're putting your patterns together. Try to make it as easy, logically easy on yourself as you can, even if it means problem solving like this with an orange Sharpie, because I would much rather hook this than this, right? And it's the same pattern. So I will see you next time at Ribbon Candy Hooking.